Hello everyone. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to talk to you about how to reference books. Remember, the reference list goes in at the end of your work, and it's the reference list that provides your reader with more details about all the sources that you have cited in the body of your work. So to reference books, you're going to have to gather a few details. You will need the authors or the editors, the year of publication, the title of the book, the edition, if it's the second, third, fourth, fifth edition of the book, and so on. You will need to mention that. However, if it's just the first edition of the book, you don't need to mention it. You also need to include the place where the publisher is based and the name of the publisher. So these are the details that you're going to need to gather. However, we don't lay them out like this in our reference list, otherwise our reference list would be pages and pages long. Let's have a look at an example and I'll show you how to lay it out properly. So for example 1, we have a book here. It's called The No-Nonsense Guide to Fair Trade and it's by David Ransom. Let's put the details for this book into a proper reference. So what do we need? Can you remember? What does our reference start with? It starts with the author. And it's the author's second name, comma, their first initial. Then it's the year of publication, which goes in brackets. Then we put the book title. Then it's the edition. Remember, if it's the second, third, fourth, fifth edition, and so on. Place of publisher and the name of the publisher. Okay, let's lay this out in a proper example then. So we have the author's second name, Ransom, comma, D, the first initial. Our year of publication goes in brackets, which in this case is 2002. Then we have our title, The No-Nonsense Guide to Fair Trade, which you will notice I have put in italics. And that is something that you need to stick to. You put the title of the book in italics. The place of publication was Oxford, and the publisher was called New Internationalist. Let's have another go at this and have another example. So we have a book here, it's called Mechanical Engineering Principles. It's by John Bird and Carol Ross, and it's the third edition. Why not have a go at putting this into a reference? What do we begin with? Well, we need the authors, of course, which in this case are Bird J and Ross C. It tells you there on the front cover. What comes next? The year of publication, which is 2014, and that goes in rounded brackets. And then the title is next. And you'll see that I've remembered to italicize my title, Mechanical Engineering Principles. It says there on the front cover that this is the third edition of the book. And when I looked on the inside cover of the first page, I can see that the book was published in a place called Oxon. And it was published by a company called Routledge. And there we have our reference.